Brilliance Audio.
What Still Burns by Elle Grawl. Performed by Merritt Hicks. Chapter 2. 3 weeks earlier. It didn't take long for Aunt Beth's secrets to reveal themselves after her death. First, it was the bills. Within days of the funeral, the kitchen table was covered in paper with scary bold font and red squares around even more frightening figures. Beth's insurance barely covered a single ibuprofen tablet in the end. But I had no idea how much the hospitals were asking for. Beth had told me she was making payments for the treatment. Looking at this enormous amount overdue, I'm not sure that could be true. But the unpleasant surprise of the bills was just the start. What I found in a forgotten desk drawer was much worse. I had been so reluctant to go back into her room, worried it might trigger another episode. I couldn't remember finding her body. It was one of those rare blank spaces in my memory. 1 second, I was opening her bedroom door. The next, I was sitting on the curb as paramedics closed the ambulance door. Grief hits me differently after I lost my family the night of the fire when I was a kid. In that, it doesn't ever completely hit me anymore. And that makes it worse. I just feel numb. There's definitely sadness buried within me, waiting to bubble up, but I'm not sure it'll ever fully surface. The desire to unleash what's lying underneath is what causes me to do bad things sometimes. Thankfully, I didn't black out upon entering Beth's room today. Instead, I just discovered the letter. I stared down at the letterhead. Stanley, Carson, and Ridley Law, LLP. That was my father's old law firm before we moved out from San Francisco to the farm. I played with Ridley's kids at the farm's annual picnic at Rodeo Beach. The flower arrangement they'd sent to the funeral for my family back then was the largest. I still can't look at lilies without feeling nauseous. Sola property. My stomach twists. Sola? Aunt Beth and I tried to avoid the topic of that town and the farm for the past few years. Given the way we left after my mental breakdown, she always seemed worried it would trigger another. I scanned the rest of the letter. It has come to our attention that the property taxes on the property at 141 County Road are delinquent. It is our understanding that the beneficiary of the trust, Alexis Lex Blake, will take possession of the property along with the other trust assets at the age of 30. Open parentheses 30, close parentheses 30. Until then, in our capacity as trustee, we are obliged to pay the property taxes. In the future, please directly forward all property tax notices to our office so we can ensure prompt payment. Thank you. Sincerely, Jim Ridley, Esquire. A trust? Oh, Beth. I dial the number included in the letterhead.
Office of Stanley, Carson, and Ridley, how can I help you?
The chipper voice reminds me of our receptionist at the magazine. I'm not sure. I found a document about a trust. For me, apparently. Ridley signed it, but... Alexis Blake? Her tone had shifted, dropping the high pitch and airiness. Yes? We've been sending notices since a few months back. My birthday was only a few months ago. Does Beth have those other letters filed out of sight somewhere? I'm sorry, I didn't get any of them. I'll transfer you to Mr. Ridley right now. Please hold.